Hi, everyone, and welcome back to English for You. I'm Erin.
And I'm Elsie.
And we're talking about kind of a sad, maybe a little bit scary story about a young girl named Manami Tanaka, and she lives in the U.S. with her family in 1942.
But 3 months ago, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor in Hawaii.
Right, and of course, many of us know what happened after that. The U.S. went to war with Japan. And, you know, Manami is kind of walking along the beach with her grandfather one day, and she sees some American soldiers, and she tells him that she's scared of the soldiers.
Yeah, but her grandfather tries to comfort her by saying that American soldiers are actually scared of her too because she's Japanese.
Right. So I don't know if that's really going to bring much comfort to anybody, but, you know, he's trying to kind of tell her what the real situation is, right?
Yes.
But unfortunately, nobody else is trying to tell Manami what the situation is because she's just getting confused. Her teacher tells her that she can't go to their school anymore, and then her mom is doing laundry but won't tell her why.
So she gets confused and scared at the same time.
Right.
She doesn't know what's going on.
Right. So what is happening to Manami and her family? They actually have to leave her home. Now let's find out why in today's article.
Reading.
Paper wishes. Manami's family, along with other Japanese American locals, is forced to travel a long way to an unknown destination. Manami's one comfort is little Eugene, which she has hidden in her coat. At one stop along the trip, however, Eugene is discovered and taken away. Deeply upset, Manami blames herself for the loss of Eugene. The difficult journey ends at Manzanar, a large prison in California. In a fog, Manami looks at her awful new home. Because of her great anger and sadness, she cannot speak. In fact, she remains silent for months. Rather than speaking, she expresses herself through drawings and letters about her past life and Eugene. She releases these into the wind, hoping things will change back to how they were. Luckily, Manami's art and writing help her healing process. She finally finds her voice and says sorry to her grandpa for losing Eugene. He gently tells her it's not her fault and that she must accept the dog is gone. In the end, Manami learns that only by letting go of the past can she move forward.
All right, our article starts out today by saying Manami's family, along with other Japanese American locals, is forced to travel a long way to an unknown destination.
哇，第一个句子马上就有文法点了 grammar point is here. A along with B 到底是什么意思呢？它表示A 连同 B 作为句子的主词的时候呢，后面的动词需要与 A 一致。所以你看到句中的动词用的是 is 跟主词 Manami's family Manami's 的家庭做搭配。So all of them are forced to go to an unknown destination.
That's right. Now, unknown is an adjective, and something that's unknown is just not known about. We use the prefix un to mean not sometimes. So what we're saying here is that Manami's family had to travel somewhere, but they didn't know where they were traveling, and they were forced to do this. They didn't get to choose. All right. So they had to go a long way, and they didn't want to, but they had to. Now, an example sentence of unknown could be, the reason Edwin quit is unknown. We thought he liked working here.
Unknown 这个形容词呢是未知的、不为人知的。那相反字怎么办呢？我们只要把字首 un 拿掉，变成 known 就是知道的。那还有一个形容词是我们学过的，叫做 well known 出名的。Okay, so let's find out what the last word in that sentence means. What is that word?
Destination.
Destination 就是目的地啦。They don't know where they are going. It must be super scary.
I know that I would definitely not be happy in this situation if it were me, Elsie, so I think they are probably really frightened.
Yes.
Now, it does say that Manami has something to bring her comfort. She did find something to bring with her that she probably didn't have to bring, but she's got him hidden, and that's the little dog Eugene. So Manami's one comfort is little Eugene, which she has hidden in her coat.
Comfort 在句子里面呢当名词用是安慰。那小狗 Eugene 现在是 Manami 的安慰，他一直都将它藏在外套里面，不要让人家发现。
Okay, so maybe they're on a bus or something, and she's got her little dog hidden in her coat, but little dogs probably don't like to stay hidden like that, and I imagine it started barking, or it had to go to the bathroom or something, and it says, at one stop along the trip, however, Eugene is discovered and taken away.
Oh, so somebody discovered the dog and took it away.
Right.
天哪，他竟然被发现了。Manami must be very sad.
I mean, I would be too, especially if this is the one thing that's making you feel okay about this scary situation. And that's why it says here, deeply upset, Manami blames herself for the loss of Eugene. Now, what she's doing here is she's blaming herself. This verb, blame, means that you say or think that a person is responsible for something bad happening. Now, if you get home and find that your pillow is torn apart and that there are feathers everywhere, you might blame it on the dog, for instance. I doubt any kids or your husband or wife will do something like that. So it's probably a dog that's eating your pillow. Here's another example. Don't blame me for breaking the window. I didn't have anything to do with it.
Blame 这个动词呢是责备或解释为归咎于某人。To blame somebody for something 因某事责备某人。那这篇文章说到因为失去了小狗 Manami 责备自己。那我们也可以说To blame something on somebody 把某事归咎于某人。所以这个句子我们也可以换成 Manami blames the loss of Eugene on herself. 再给同学们一个例句哦。Don't blame yourself for this. 不要因为这件事而怪罪自己。那这一句也可以说成 Don't blame this on yourself.
Now, this is a pretty tough situation for Manami to be in and her family. She's just lost the one thing that's bringing her some happiness or some comfort. Now, it says, the difficult journey ends at Manzanar, a large prison in California.
So now they're at Manzanar. 曼赞纳拘留营是加州的一所大型监狱。They have to stay here for who knows how long.
Exactly. Probably at least until the war is finished, but they don't know. And it's not like a nice place to live. It's a prison, right? It's like they're being sent to jail, basically. Now, Manami, she just feels even worse. She says, in a fog, Manami looks at her awful new home. Now, we're going to find out what this phrase, in a fog, means. It is our pocket phrase go today, so let's take a quick break to learn more about it.
Pocket phrase go!
自从我美国总统川普当上美国总统以后 I have truly made America great again. 但是 before I became the president, the government had been in a fog, okay? 我是美国总统之前的美国总统根本不称职，不像我这个美国总统，那个美国总统让国家在一片混乱里 in a fog, okay? 在 fog 就是在雾里面 伸手不见五指，搞不清楚状况，你就会在混乱中一片混乱 OK。 不过自从我上任以后， CNN 或 BBC 之类的假新闻 Fake News 一直批评我的政绩，他们根本不知道我总统有当得多好。 The reporters are in a fog when it comes to politics. They have no idea what they're talking about. 不过我们不可以像他们一样，做事都 in a fog 里，要不然就会被罢免哦 OK。
所以 in a fog 就是在迷雾之中，也就是看不清楚前方的东西是什么。所以这里呢 Manami 他其实看不太清楚他未来这个家会是什么，但是这个家是个监狱 So it must be really awful.
It is. It's really awful. She has no idea what's going on. She's totally confused and sad. And now she has to live in this awful place. Now, awful is an adjective, and something that's awful is very bad or very unpleasant. Now, if you had to live in a prison, that would probably be a very bad or unpleasant place to live, so you could call it awful. Here's another example for awful. What an awful smell. Do you need to keep your old shoes in the house?
Ew, awful 这边的这个形容词呢是糟糕的，所以我们可以用 awful 来形容味道。 Awful smell 糟糕的味道就是很臭的意思。那我们回到文章，The awful home Manami's going to stay at is a prison. Nobody wants to stay at a prison.
Nope, that's not a great place to live. Okay, so let's find out what happened to Manami because of all of these bad feelings here. It says because of her great anger and sadness, she cannot speak.
我们这边用到了 great 这个形容词来形容后面的两个名词，一个是 anger 愤怒，一个是 sadness 悲伤。那因为太过愤怒与悲伤， Manami 竟然不能说话了， She cannot speak.
That's right. In fact, it says here, in fact, she remains silent for months. Now, what we're saying here is that something or someone that's silent doesn't make any noise. So she stops talking, she stops laughing, she doesn't say anything to people around her, including her family.
所以 silent 这个形容词呢是安静无声的。那前面有一个动词叫做 remain 是保持某一个状态，所以这里 Manami 就是这样子好几个月都安静不说话。
Now, instead of talking, she's going to do something else. So she does find a way to communicate. She just doesn't do it through her voice. It says here, rather than speaking, she expresses herself through drawings and letters about her past life and Eugene. Now, when you express yourself, you show what you are feeling or thinking through words, pictures, gestures, or looks. Now, we know that she's not expressing herself through speaking, so she's using these other ways to do this.
所以虽然没有办法说话 she still wants to express herself. Express 这个动词就是表达。那不说话的 Manami 用画画和写信的方式来表达自己的想法，包括关于过往生活和狗狗的这些事情。
All right, well, here's what she does with her drawings and her words. She's written them all down on paper. She's drawn some things on paper. Then it says she releases these into the wind, hoping things will change back to how they were. Now, what she's done here is she's taken these pieces of paper and she's released them into the wind. Release is a verb, and it means here to stop holding something or to drop something. It's another way of saying to let something go, maybe from your hand or from another thing that it's being held by. Now, as an example, we might say, the mother released her son's hand from her own after they crossed the street safely.
Release 这个动词啊，在文章里面的解释是松开、放飞。Manami 将他的话和信释放到风中，希望一切呢可以回到过去的样子。那 release 当动词还有另外一个意思哦，是发行。比如说呢 release a movie 发行一部新的电影， release a book 发行一本新书。 For example, my favorite singer is going to release her new album soon. 我最喜欢的歌手很快就要出新专辑了。所以两个 release 的意思，同学们都可以记得哦。
Okay, finally, Elsie, we're starting to hear some good news.
Finally.
All right, it says here, luckily, Manami's art and writing help her healing process. Now, what we're saying here is that Manami is starting to heal. Heal is a verb, and when you heal, you get better after being hurt in some way. Now, this can happen in a physical sense. Maybe you cut yourself and the cut is starting to heal. Your cut is starting to get better. But we're also we can also use it in a mental sense. Now, that's what we're talking about here in the article. Manami is healing mentally. Before, she was feeling sad and angry, but her art and her writing help her mind heal. They help her feelings get better. She's feeling good again. Or we could also mean this in a way that she's getting stronger emotionally. Her emotions are becoming happier. As an example, we might say, it took Andy a long time to heal from the pain of his divorce.
Heal 这个动词呢是治愈、化解，那在文章中指的是治愈、化解他心里面的问题 her mental problem。 那我们看到 heal 还加上了 ing， 变成一个现在分词 healing， 当作形容词用，表示治愈的，形容 process 过程这个字。那除了心理问题可以治愈之外呢，伤口也可以治愈， wounds can heal too.
That's right. Okay, so she's starting to heal, and luckily she gets her voice back. It says she finally finds her voice and says sorry to her grandpa for losing Eugene.
所以可以说话之后呢，他也向爷爷道歉，因为他让小狗被带走了。And what does Grandpa say to that?
Well, her grandpa sounds just like one of the best people ever. It says here, he gently tells her it's not her fault and that she must accept the dog is gone. Now, we used an adverb in there to describe the way that Grandpa is speaking. We used the adverb gently. Now, when you do something gently, you do it in a soft, kind, or gentle way. This word shows that you do something carefully or softly so that you don't hurt someone or something. Now, I've included a couple of example sentences here to show the way that we might speak to someone or to show the way that we might do something. For example, put the box down gently. I don't want anything to break. Or we might say, when his daughter started crying, Neil gently sang her favorite song to calm her down.
Gently 这个副词呢代表温柔地，那在文章当中修饰 tells 告诉这个动作。那如果你把字尾 y 拿掉变成 e 的时候呢， gentle 就是一个形容词。那我们可以用 gentle 来形容，比如说 free breeze 就是凉风， a gentle breeze 温和的凉风，或者是形容人也可以哦， a gentle person 温和的人。 So Manami here has to accept that the dog is not with them anymore.
That's right. Now, what you do when you kind of do something like this, when you accept something, when you realize that it's not your fault that something bad has happened, you kind of let go. And that's why in the article here we say, in the end, Manami learns that only by letting go of the past can she move forward. Now, this phrase, let go of something, is when you kind of accept that you cannot change something and you stop worrying about it or thinking about it. You stop letting something bother you and you move on in your life.
To let go of something 代表的是放手放开某事物。那如果今天你被人家抓住了，你也可以跟他讲说 let go of me， 放开我。那最后呢 Manami 知道他必须要放开过去 let go of the past、才能够 move forward 叫做往前迈进。And this is the end of Day 2's article.
That's right.
But Erin, we still haven't learned why they had to leave their homes.
You are very observant, Elsie. You have noticed the biggest thing is missing. But
Yes.
we are going to learn why Manami had to leave her home. We're just not going to do it until tomorrow.
Okay.
We're not quite finished yet, though, so stay tuned for our For You chat.
For You Chat.
All right, for today's For You chat question, another situation question. What would you do? Are you ready, Elsie?
Yes.
All right. What are some things that help you feel better when you've been in a bad situation? Please explain.
So for Manami, her dog was a comfort for her, right?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
For me, I think my family and friends can help me feel better.
Yes.
So if I'm still with them, I know I'm okay. I know that I can solve any problems.
Right. They can help you. You can even just talk to them about it.
Yes, and I feel safe when I'm around them.
Exactly. That is a really important thing to have around. Now, there's lots of different kinds of bad situations. Maybe someone's in a car accident. You know, I've been in scooter accidents before, and the thing that helped me the most in that situation was to have my friends there. You know, my family's in Canada, and so I couldn't call them about the situation and call them to come to the hospital with me. So my friends, they all came to the hospital. They spent time with me. They helped me get my scooter fixed. They were really great about that. You know, and maybe in a less serious situation, maybe I have a fight with a friend, or maybe I'm having a bad day at work. I like to just sit down, read a book, listen to a show, watch TV for a little while, just to kind of forget about it for a little bit, and then I can come back to it and figure out how to solve it, you know?
Yes, or maybe do some meditation.
Exactly. Now, I don't usually meditate. My brain likes to be busy, but I find sometimes that doing something is a way of meditation for me.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Well, what about you guys? There are lots of different ways to feel better in a certain situation. Maybe you have something like Manami did, like a comfort blanket or an animal that makes you feel better. You guys can talk about this with your friends and classmates too, but we are all out of time for today. So we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Paper wishes. Manami's family, along with other Japanese American locals, is forced to travel a long way to an unknown destination. Manami's one comfort is little Eugene, which she has hidden in her coat. At one stop along the trip, however, Eugene is discovered and taken away. Deeply upset, Manami blames herself for the loss of Eugene. The difficult journey ends at Manzanar, a large prison in California. In a fog, Manami looks at her awful new home. Because of her great anger and sadness, she cannot speak. In fact, she remains silent for months. Rather than speaking, she expresses herself through drawings and letters about her past life and Eugene. She releases these into the wind, hoping things will change back to how they were. Luckily, Manami's art and writing help her healing process. She finally finds her voice and says sorry to her grandpa for losing Eugene. He gently tells her it's not her fault and that she must accept the dog is gone. In the end, Manami learns that only by letting go of the past can she move forward.
Vocabulary Review.
Unknown. The identity of the thief remains unknown, so please call 110 if you know anything. Blame. Aaron blamed his little sister for the mess she had made in the kitchen. Awful. What is that awful smell? It's making me feel sick. Release. Oscar released the paper lantern and watched it float up into the sky. Heal. It took Bobby many years to heal his broken heart following the sudden loss of both his parents. Gently. The mother gently told her crying daughter that everything would be all right.